Kamusta mga kaku-accountants? Ayon nga sa nakarang episode ko, magkakaroon tayo ngayon ng recap sa liabilities and equity. Bibigyan ko kayo ng kalahating minuto para sagutin ang bawat tanong. Simulan na natin! Ano ang dalawang components sa definition ng liability? Ang sagot ay, these are obligation and transfer economic benefits. A liability is a present obligation arising from past events, the settlement of which is expected to result in an outflow from the enterprise of resources embodying economic benefits. Number 2. An obligation need only to be legal to be a valid liability. Is it true or false? Ang sagot ay false. An obligation can also be constructive. That is, obligation arises out of conduct and intent rather than contract. Number 3. Alin sa mga sumusunod ang mali? The settlement of a present obligation involving outflow of resources may take the form of A. Payment of cash, B. Transfer of other liabilities, C. Provision for services, D. Replacement of the present obligation with another obligation, and E. Conversion of the obligation to equity. Ang sagot ay letter B. Hindi po nata-transfer ang liabilities. The correct statement to this is transfer of other assets. Number 4. Alin sa mga sumusunod ang mali? A liability is classified as current when it expects to settle the liability in its normal operating cycle, it holds the liability primarily for the purpose of trading, the liability is due to be settled within 12 months after the reporting period, or the entity does have an unconditional right to defer settlement of the liability for at least 12 months after the reporting period. Ang sagot ay letrang D. Ang correct statement ay, the entity does not have an unconditional right to defer settlement of the liability for at least 12 months after the reporting period. Hindi pwede na ang may utang ay mayroong karapatan na may extend ang liability ng more than 12 months after the reporting period. Kasi pag ganon, ito na ay non-current liability. Number 5. Alin sa mga sumusunod ang long-term liability? Accounts payable, unearned revenue, mortgage payable, and accrued liabilities. Ang sagot ay letrang C, mortgage payable. Ito ay liability ng isang may-ari ng property to pay a loan related sa property na nabili niya. Number 6. It is the residual interest in the asset of the entity that remains after deducting all its liabilities. Ano ang tawag dito? Ang sagot ay equity. Number 7. Ano-ano ang tatlong basic component ng equity? Ito ay capital, withdrawals, at income summary. Number 8. Ano ang tinatawag na income summary? Ito ay temporary account na ginagamit lamang sa dulo ng accounting period para i-close ang income and expenses. Ito ang account na kung saan ay makikita mo ang mismong kita at tinatawag na profit or loss for the period bago isara sa capital account. Number 9. These are increases in economic benefits during the accounting period in the form of inflows or enhancements of assets or decrease of liabilities from delivery or production of goods, rendering of services, or other activities that constitute the enterprise major operations. Ano ito? Ang sagot ay revenue. Number 10. Cost of sales or goods sold, utilities, rent, supplies, interest, depreciation, salaries and wages. They all have in common. Ano kaya ito? Lahat ng mga ito ay tinatawag na expenses ng kumpanya. It is the decrease in economic benefits during the period in the form of outflows or using up of assets or incurrence of liabilities that result in decreases in equity. Hanggang dito na lamang ang mga tanong ko. Sana ay nakatulong ang maikling ehersisyo na ito para sa inyo. Abagan nyo ang susunod na paksa ukol sa double entry system at financial transaction worksheet. Hanggang sa muli, Kako Accountants!